The Rap Roundtable.
Kanye West and Dolla Sign, after a lot of pump fakes, you know what I'm saying? A lot of is he, ain't he, will he, won't he? They finally deliver with Vultures. Now, albeit it happened on a Saturday morning, and I know here at the Rap Roundtable, we told our core listeners that we'd be back on Monday, but we didn't expect Vultures to drop on Saturday. Y'all know how this goes. New releases drop on Fridays. But I guess in true Kanye fashion, he does what he wants to do. He marches to his own beat. Shout out to Dolla Sign for running this race with him when nobody really wanted to get next to him. It has to be said, we got to give credit to Todd, because a lot of guys did not want to mess with Ye. But this album is out, mates. It's just you and I, the chatty boys in the building. You know what I'm saying? What are your initial thoughts on Dolla Sign, Kanye West, Dolla Sign, however you want to word it? New album, Vultures.
Now, my initial thoughts, John, you said we weren't expecting it on Saturday. I wasn't expecting it at all. I'm going to be honest with you. I never thought this shit was dropping, period. I had my Tupac playlist ready for the weekend. You know what I mean? I had, it's Super Bowl, coming up. It's all type of shit. I did not think this shit was dropping. So I was shocked, you know what I mean? When our various group chats all sprinkled this in their pause, you know what I mean? I was like, oh shit. And then I listened. And I was like, this is real music. Wow, you know what I mean? It's not dead air. I can't believe it. But my initial thoughts, Job, is, listen, Job, can you like an album and have a million problems with the album at the same time? Because that's where I am with this album. It's a good listen. It's a good album. It's enjoyable. You know what I mean? I'll listen to it plenty of times. But listen, man, it's you know what I mean? First off, let's put it like this, y'all. Let's put it like this. This is actually, can I call him a tie face killer? You know what I mean? Because really, this is like, I feel like this is a Dolla Sign album. I feel like I can hear what he goes through for Kanye. All of the melodies that are included in the album. You know what I mean? Even topically, you know what I mean? It seemed like a lot of shit that Dolla Sign would write songs about rather than Kanye. You know what I mean? Listen, at the end of the day, you get into a Kanye album, the sonics are always going to be immaculate. I don't think there's even Jesus is King had dope beats. Like, come on, bro. Like,
that's right.
So I think it's just, John, what is he rapping about? You know what I mean? Is it even rap? Like, I felt like I might have been listening to like one of them melody albums. You know what I mean? Like, John, like, it's a good album, but it leaves a lot to be desired. Maybe that's because of these, 5-month rollouts Kanye goes on, but it's uninspired. You know what I'm saying? I can't, what is Kanye rapping about these days? You know what I mean? Dolla Sign really carried on this album. You know what I mean? I know the Kanye fans are going to be happy about it because ultimately, I didn't like the album. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, Kanye might have been the thing I liked least about the album.
Wow, Mace, we coming in hot with this one. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna come clean with you. Like, I disagree. I fully enjoyed this album. I ran it 2.5 times. You know what I mean? Because I was on the third spin as you pulled in for us to do this reaction, and I enjoyed it. Whereas you say, what is Kanye rapping about? Kanye's rapping about his life, whether Ty wrote it or Ye wrote it or Saha the Prince or whomever's next to Kanye right now. He's talking about his inner conflict, his inner demons, his family struggles. He's talking about, especially you go to the last record, King. He's talking about throughout all the trepidation, he's still that nigga. So it's like when you say, what is he rapping about? I think this is the first time in a very long time we got a Kanye that's fully self-reflective and self-aware. Whereas instead of being, I think this is the first time since maybe My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy that Ye has really leaned in to talking about himself in a way that I want to say is vulnerable. I'm not mad at it. I enjoyed this project. I also got to give credit to Ye for being, whereas some people might say he's a leech. We got to call it what it is. We got to always cover our bases here. Some might call it leeching. But Kanye always knows who he needs to be next to for his career evolutions. Initially, when we first got the report that it was Ty Dolla $ign, we was like, what the fuck? Like, what is Kanye doing with Ty Dolla $ign? No shade to Ty Dolla $ign, but you would never find that connection. Ty Dolla $ign is one of the hottest acts. But, you know, and I mean, we know the older guard, the boom bap heads, they don't really tap into that type of music. They're kind of limited in their selection. They want the rap, the bars, heavy. But for people like us who love the bars and we love the rap, but we also like different layers of music, we are very familiar with Ty Dolla $ign and his ability to take a song to the next level. So for Kanye to identify Ty Dolla $ign and be like, yo, I want this guy on my team. At a certain point when rap was going through whatever was going through and he found Pusha T and said, I want to be next to this guy. You know what I'm saying? In between that, we had the Pablo era. He was running around with Drake. I want to be next to this guy. Big Sean. Every person Kanye stands next to is because he feels like this artist has something that he brings to the table that can help me level my shit up. And you hear it throughout this project, the sonics, the vibe. Ty Dolla $ign is not a guy that you're gonna just hear on a mixtape. But if you go to a nice little mixer somewhere with beautiful women, a little brunch, an all-white party, Ty Dolla $ign's music is somewhere in the background of that. Yeah. He's the ultimate vibe artist that's not named Drake. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then you add Kanye's ability to level up stadium level acoustic sonics with Ty Dolla $ign's melodic abilities and just balance good feeling music. I'm a big fan of Vultures 1. I'm fucking with it, Mace.
I'm not even mad at you because ultimately I did enjoy the album. The sonics are great. The songs are on point. You know what I mean? It's really that East Coast nightlife, you know what I mean? Fly shit, models is out, money's being spent type of vibe.
Miami-ish kind of Instagrammy, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Real dark twisted fantasy, like you mentioned. That whole type of vibe. You know what I mean? But ultimately, you know, Kanye has been the type of artist that has been able to meld, you know, different feelings, different emotions, different type of ways you feel all into one album, despite even if it's bop type shit. You know what I mean? Like another dance track, another dance track gotta hurt, so Paul type shit. You know what I mean? But it's like I feel like on this album, you know what I mean? He's kind of Drake-ish. You know what I'm saying? Everything kind of leans into one topic. You know what I mean? Everything kind of leads into one feeling. You know, so I think ultimately Kanye's the type of artist that I'm gonna judge high. You know what I mean? People love, you know, we love making fun of Deanie with the Kendrick thing, but it's ultimately because you have so much respect for this dude. You know what I mean? So with Kanye, it's like, am I gonna be able to play this if I'm not in a great mood? You know what I mean? Am I gonna be able to play this? You know what I mean? On the way to work, you know?
You're looking for the deeper meaning.
Kanye is somebody who can pull that off. You know what I mean? I wasn't asking that from the 21 Savage album. You know what I mean? But if Kanye drops, yeah, I'm gonna want something a little bit more well-rounded, I should say.
All right, it's fair. Well, you know, I'm gonna push back in a second, but real quick, make sure you hit that like button, run them comments up, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, definitely do all three of these things. Hit the subscribe button and get very familiar with us. We love rap here. We love chopping it up about rap. We love building about rap. You're not always gonna agree with us. We don't ask you to agree with us. We just want good discourse, great back and forth in the comment section, and a fair and balanced commentary. None of that cosplayer bullshit. We want that real fire, you know what I mean? And get familiar. For the people who are locked in with us, the Roundtable hoodies, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be on the merch site real soon, roundtablemerch.com. And if you're feeling generous, hit us on the Cash App at the Rap Roundtable, you know what I mean? But let's get right back into it. I think Kanye has been through so much that instead of going back to like early college era, the college trilogy, we'll call it, where he's doing a spread of samples and he's leaning into specific, in some cases, sadder feelings. You know what I'm saying? I think Kanye just wants to feel good. He just wants to be happy. He got his beautiful big titty wife, who probably at this point, now that the rollout is done, put some clothes on. You know what I'm saying? He just wants to be outside and have a blast, be around some young energy. Because I think Ye is like 46, if I'm not mistaken. Right. So it's like be around some younger people who want to have some fun, get his political shit off, have a blast, have a few drinks, go back home to his wife, and just make music. And I think that's where we're at with that. I don't think he's happy that he has to, be on visitation with his kids, and shit got real funky with Kim. You know what I'm saying? And all the rumors about who she might have been dealing with at the time of their marriage or whatever the case may be, or the niggas that she's rocked with post-divorce, the Drake allegations, the Chris Paul allegations. You seen the video with North playing basketball, and somebody said the Chris Paul allegations is looking even louder now. So it's like he's gone through a lot, albeit maybe 50% or more of it has been self-inflicted. But I think Ye has gotten to that, as we call like the midlife crisis portion of his life, where I just want to feel good. Maybe I am acting immature. Maybe the music don't match the feeling. Well, who gives a fuck? Do y'all want to be sad with me, or do you want to have some fun? And I think Vultures is a way for him to get his pain off while having some fun. And if you want to have some fun with me out here in Miami with these beautiful big titty women that don't fall out of the sky, come through. If not, stay over there. If you want to be Yes Jules and be weird, get the fuck out. That's where he at with it.
And I'm not gonna say he did do a better job. I hate to bring up, the OVO captain again, but he did do a better job than, I'll guess what Drake did on For All the Dogs. There was no yeet tracks on here. Ye is able, to inherently always capture that young energy without a pander style of thing. You know what I mean? Without looking like the clown, the old nigga in the room. That's why he's been able to, Kanye, I think Sin has mentioned this. Kanye is one of those artists from back in the 2000s who got like a completely young fan base. You know what I mean? But ultimately, Job, I gotta say, like, dope tracks, dope music. But it's like I can't. What's ringing in the back of my head? The local celebrity rapper. We haven't used that in a while, right? Yeah. The Jigger Man himself.
Yeah.
Saying I don't want to make a bunch of tunes. You know what I mean? Ultimately, this kind of sounds like a bunch of tunes to me.
You saying Ye dropped a playlist? He ain't really make an album.
Hey, it's dope. It's a dope playlist. You know what I mean? A playlist I'm gonna play, but. All
right, you know what? I can't even fault you there, because this album, it doesn't play like something that's supposed to take you on specific trips or that roller coaster ride that we always talk about on this pod. It's definitely a specific vibe throughout. Granted, like the BPMs of some of the records are a little bit higher. The sonics get a little bit darker in certain parts, but it never gets it never takes you to a specific place where it's like, oh wow, he went there. Oh shit, what a follow-up song after this particular song. It's definitely I want to feel good. I got this young guy, Dolla next to me, and I just want to make music for people to rock to. And it does play like, I guess when you think about it, if we're saying this in Miami vibes and it's playlisty and it's the Instagram album, the chicks are gonna use some of these songs on their stories or their TikToks. I see your vision, but I'll play your Drake card and raise you. I think this project is better than Her Loss. I think this is the album Drake thought he was trying to make with 21. What does the OVO capo got to say about that?
Her Loss ranks high in the OVO hierarchy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to think about that one, y'all. But I see the parallels. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I feel like, just inherently because of 21 and Drake's performance on there, that was a lyrically better album than what we heard.
Yeah, easily.
But Kanye, king of the vibes, king of the production, and Ty Dolla's performance on here. Like, we can't say enough about this guy. Ty Dolla $ign went crazy on this album. There's a couple times where he just get a 16 to his own, and you like, yo, Ty's killing shit right now.
Shout out to you, but that's to show you the power of Ye too. When Ye gets around people who already have like musical superpowers, he takes them to another level. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like Ty, not to say Ty needs Ye, because for the people who don't know how to listen, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, you put Ye's meticulousness next to a Ty skill set, you're gonna get shit like what you're talking about with those moments.
Are you trying to call Kanye the rap game's point guard, Joe? I thought that was that title, man.
Nah, he's what West Side Gun wants to be. He is the premier curator in hip hop. Premier, number one.
I can't get mad at that, Joe.
Crazy, loopy, off meds. He had the fucking Mike Tyson skit where he says most great people are a little bit touched anyway. Say what you want, but to me, you put anybody next to Kanye when it comes to making music, fuck all the other shit, you're gonna get something greater than what they walked in there with. Now it just makes me feel like, as much as we love, I'm going back to Benny. as much as we love Benny and we love his work with Al, we love his work with Hit. Shit, if Ye could do what he did for Push, and Benny's more inclined to take more artistic risks than Pusha T is,
right?
Somebody at Def Jam, or maybe Hov. See, I don't know if Hov will make the call, but you get West Side Gun, you get Kanye West, you get Benny the Butcher in a room, and we gonna get an 8 mic classic. I think
we gonna get some shit on there. I ain't gonna lie, we gonna get some shit. Give me some Conway verses too, man.
Because like the Sonics that I've been missing, just the Sonics that I've been missing as a music fan, I got it all in this project. I feel like, you know, rap, as much as we love the bars and we love the boom bappery, it's nothing like when the boom bappery meets Elite Sonics. That's what made Kanye great in the first place. He brought back that boom bap energy in the mid-arts with Sonics that we never heard before. It was like, what the fuck?
Orchestra type shit. Like,
right! Fucking orchestral breaks in the middle of a rap song for just like a minute and a half, or just the beat playing before the verses come back on and shit. And it's like, this is what the game needs. And if Ye could just find a way to stop being Bad Money and start getting back around some of these artists, I think 2024 is already starting out great. But Ye can really take this shit to another level because he is the superpower when it comes to the Sonics. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody else who's putting their pain in. But niggas ain't putting out the music or the Sonics the way, or the stadium music the way Kanye can when he feels like it.
Kanye, you know, while I was listening to the album, I kept thinking to myself, like, Kanye just got it figured out, right? Like, he knows how to make great music.
Easy.
One about him, like, this shit is like 9 to 5 for him, bro. Like, he could do it. But Jav, you know, you speaking about what's coming down the way. One thing that stuck out to me is that the big Vultures won next to it. I didn't know this was part one. Now, I don't want to cook too much because we got to hear what Sin and Beanie got to say about this. But what do we make of that? Part 2 coming out next week, next year, ever?
You know what? What we make of it is that the title of this album just has a 1 next to it. Because when it comes to Kanye, that don't mean shit. It was supposed to be a Donda 2. There was a stem player, then there was no full release. And with Kanye's inconsistencies when it comes to these releases, shit, motherfucking the album came out and it got pulled off of Apple Music and then they put it back on Apple Music. We just don't know. So it could say Vultures 1 all at once. Until Vultures 2 is in my phone and we're playing it, that 1 don't mean nothing to me.
Honestly, I can't even get mad at that, Jaw, because man been pulling out. Listen, the Life of Pablo still got about 10 versions that dropped on streaming. I don't know what the fuck.
Dog. So with that being, and the thing is, the way Ye set up, we got this album. With your Pablo point, there'll be another version of Vultures 1 next week. Then we'll have to come right back and start talking about the tweaks that he made to the shit. So it's like with Ye, you just take the ride. You know what I mean? You go on the journey and you figure out the details when he decides to give us the details. And I'm content with that.
Right, you're right, Jav. Like, we don't mean to be part of the Yeezy street team, but listen to that shit right now because it might be a whole nother album, and by the time this even airs,
that's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Lock in, enjoy yourself, and if you haven't already, make sure that you follow us on social media. Follow us on Facebook, The Rap Roundtable. Follow us on Instagram, The Rap Roundtable. Follow us on Twitter or X, Rap Roundtable PC. We want to be The Rap Roundtable on Twitter, but Elon hasn't responded to me while killing that account that's called The Rap Roundtable from like he hasn't tweeted since 2014. Pretty sure he doesn't have access to that shit. Can you just delete the account so we can be the same thing on every social media platform? And real quick, chat, let us know, comment section, let us know. Should we get on TikTok? Should the Rap Roundtable take their talents to TikTok and join Adri and all the hip hop madness over there? Or should we just stay out of the TikTok madness? But Macito, take us home, gang.
Hey man. Shouts to Sincere the Rap Snob. Shouts to Deanie the Balance, the chef himself. And shouts to Jav the point guard, man. Always going to lives but dropping 50 at the same time. I'm your boy Mace, the voice of whatever you want to hear today. And we are the Rap Roundtable. We out here.
Boom.